How great are these pictures? Can we give some applause for these pictures? The history of OTP. How wonderful is that? Okay, we're waiting for the agenda to come on up. Do we have that?
He's working on it. Tell a lawyer joke.
Okay, welcome everybody. I'm Paul Jarwell, the current president of the Board of Trustees. Thank you all for coming today. This will be a wonderful night. I'm told there's ice cream afterwards. Who's excited about ice cream? Who made it to the gala this year? All right, wonderful. So, the annual meeting really is a time for all of us to learn a bit more about what's been happening here at the Playhouse and really celebrate the efforts of not only the volunteers, but also our staff. Can we hear it for our staff? Special call out to Katie Clark, who will be leaving us soon. Katie, are you there? As she wings her way overseas, I'm told. What a wonderful time it's going to have. This is also an opportunity for the trustees and volunteers to celebrate the just amazing success, really amazing success that we've had here this year with OTP altogether. The agenda is on the screen. We have a lot to cover, Deb tells me, and we'll try to be concise, which she knows I won't be. And there is an opportunity for any questions or comments as we near the end of our program today. So moving forward, what I'd like to do, I have the honor of introducing the Board of Trustees, and if the trustees are here, when I call your name, if we could stand and celebrate you. Kerr Anderson, our current Vice President. Kerr, welcome. If you love the sets that are built around here, you can thank Kerr and his staff. So well done. Okay, I don't even know who this next person is. Peg somebody? Peg Reese? Grace? There you go. She must be new to the Playhouse. That's what I'm doing. Our secretary, Lindsay Raymond. Lindsay. Always available, always helpful. If he's either crunching numbers as the former treasurer or helping to build sets, Chuck Mason. Chuck. Chuck's going to try out for a young company. You can tell he's ready. Other trustees, H.T. Snowday. H.T., are you here today? Nancy, correct? Nancy's not here tonight, but thank you, Nancy, for your time. Rita Whaley, also a trustee. I don't think Rita was able to be here tonight. Kelly Armbruster. Kelly, not here. Oh, these are demerits, you know. These are demerits. Marie didn't make it? Okay, we have lots of openings on the board now. Shelley Spencer. Shelley, did you make it? She's sick. Oh, likely to see us. Well, how about Stephanie Johnson? It's Stephanie. Okay. Well, thank you anyway. Those are the trustees that are here are glad. So the next thing I want to thank a couple of the trustees that are term limited out, meaning that we have 3-year terms for the trustees. The trustees are limited to 3 consecutive terms, so a total of 9 years. And there are 2 of our members who are term limited. I want to talk about each of them just briefly. The first is Rita, who's not here, so we'll say a few nice things about Rita. She's been instrumental in the galas during her term, significantly instrumental. She has shared her expertise in interior design for our Schmuckel Theater renovation and other upgrades. How do you like how it looks downstairs? And this is very true, she's been a strong proponent of the strategy and development and an incredible ambassador for Old Town Playhouse in our community. And because she knew she wasn't going to be able to be here, she did send a text message, which I just real briefly will summarize, where she stated to Deb and myself, it's kind of sad, but she says, I knew the day was quickly approaching, but wow, the time is here to depart. She sounds like a theater major. And she states, being on the board has been an overwhelmingly exciting 9 years. I will sadly miss the friendships cultivated through the love and laughter which embraces the Playhouse. So let's hear it for me, for Rita, please. Okay, the other one, and I'm going to have her come down here. Peg, get down here. Come on. Peg Grace. You can't talk about Peg Grace without Peg Grace being here. I learned this when I joined the, get over here. When I joined the Old Town Playhouse board, it was always Peg Grace. And I thought, well, who is this Peg Grace? Because there's some award in your name, the Peg Grace Award. So I said, well, you must be like the daughter or granddaughter. But it's you. So here's what Deb wanted me to say about you, besides what I want to say. It says, Peg has been volunteering at Old Town Playhouse for 30 years. She claims that next year will be 49 years. 49 years. That's impressive. It says a good portion of that time included board service. That's very true. This is your 9th year, probably much longer than 9 years on board, haven't you? How long have you been on board?
I think the last time I was reelected, I was elected in the 80s, and then I was elected again in 1999 when we were going through the fire problem, being shut down. And I was on the board then until 2005, and then I was off for 2 years, and then I was back. So it's been a bit. It's been a bit. Good for you. It's been renamed the Peg Grace Board of Trustees. Yep, as I mentioned, her contributions are so significant that there is an award named after her. That's wonderful. She continues to advise on the financial related aspects, and that's very true, of the Playhouse, and has trained several business managers. And another one soon too, right? Because Katie couldn't take it anymore. She said, I'm leaving the country. But Peg isn't going anywhere, even though her time on the board will come to an end. She still and will still continue to be the front of house tech chair, and you'll see her here, I hope, on a daily basis. So thank you, Peg. We love you very much. Okay, that's pretty nice. You too can get it flowers if you stay for 49 years. Okay, I think now it's my to turn this over to Lindsay, it says, for voting and elections. So let's all welcome Lindsay Raines. Lindsay.
Well, before we get to that, we also have another transition happening on our board. I wore my OTP. I mean, listen, people. We saw the newsletter. It said, wear your OTP gear. I fully committed. All right. I see some others. Okay. Maybe next time we'll just, but I see, good deal. Okay, well, we have another transition happening on our board, and while we still get to have Paul for one more year on our board, Paul has decided he will be stepping down from the role as president so that we have time to transition the leadership on our board for one more year where we can have the breadth of knowledge from Paul. And so we really want to take a second to honor him. Now, I didn't have flowers, Paul, so you might not like that, but we did get you this fabulous little recognition just to recognize your board presidency for the past 4 years. So we really appreciate Paul, and if I can say just a couple words about you. As you can tell, Paul's really shy. He doesn't like to be the center of attention. No, but when I was going to law school, they, in William and Mary, it's their little thing, they talk about citizen lawyers. Okay, they say when you go to law school, you shouldn't, in the end, you get that education, you shouldn't go and serve the dollar, right? You should truly serve your community. And at least at my school, they really try to instill that in all of us, about being a citizen lawyer, someone who goes for justice, who goes for inclusion, who goes for upholding the right things. And this person here, Paul Jarbeau, is a great example of that. He has served our board for the good of the Playhouse. It's hard sometimes for people when they join a board to put aside their own personal interests. When you're a board member, you have fiduciary duties to the organization, and you have to do what's best for the organization. And Paul has always done that. He has led us with a servant's heart. It will truly be a sad day when Paul steps off the board. But again, we're so lucky to have him for another year. But we do appreciate his leadership. This organization is led and supported by all volunteers. Most of you are here too. But the role of the president of the board carries a lot of duties and responsibilities, and sometimes it's not the sexy duties and responsibilities that you hear about. And we really appreciate Paul's service. So thank you, Paul. You are leaving some huge shoes to fill. Thank you for your service.
Well, I just want to say thank you and thank Deb for her leadership, and Wes for his leadership, and all the volunteers and all the board members that have served. It's really been an honor and a pleasure. I'm glad to continue for another year and help the transition be smooth. There's nothing like this place. I love it. I'm not going anywhere, and none of you people should either. This is an excellent place to be. It's open. It makes you happy. You come in here, you're looking at those pictures. I did not see the picture of me in the mermaid costume, so thank you. Thank you. All right, thanks everybody.
Yeah, that's on behalf of the board. Okay, so now we are going to do some board business, or I guess membership business, so I'm supposed to come up here, I believe. Okay, so at the beginning, okay. So when you walked in, you should have been able to get a copy of the minutes if you were interested in reading them while you were sitting here. So what we're going to do now is take a motion to approve the meeting minutes from our annual meeting from last year, which was on June 26th of 2025. If you have any questions, concerns, comments about the minutes, you can let us know. Otherwise, if you find them to be sufficient and accurate, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes from last year's annual meeting. It looks like Phil Murphy has moved. Do we have a second? We have Katie. Oh, go ahead, Deb. Okay. We have a second. Did someone write down who? Yeah. Okay, good deal. All right, all those in favor, raise your hand if we're approving the meeting minutes. Any opposed? I think I saw. Oh, it's unanimous! Amazing! Okay. Now we'll move on. The next part is we are going to now introduce the candidates for the Artistic Committee. For those of you who may not know, we do have some lovely information on our website that you can read up about what does the Artistic Committee do, what do our other committees like the Board of Trustees do. But I will just tell you that the Artistic Committee impacts the artistic and creative output of the Playhouse. They recommend play selections to the board, they select directors, and they provide ongoing support to our productions. So it's a very crucial role. We appreciate all those who choose to serve as volunteers at the Playhouse, but also who are coming up here, bearing their souls, and being vulnerable to plead that people will vote for you for the Artistic Committee. We so appreciate your willingness to do that. We so appreciate your willingness to continue to serve the Playhouse. And so what we're going to do today is introduce our candidates, have them each come up and read their bio. If there are, just so you all know, we have an absentee ballots as well, and they were also given the bios and able to vote as well. So if you want to come up and read your bio when I call your name. The first one is going to be Aria Davis. Now, Aria is approaching. I will just explain and they work under the leadership of Wes. And I mean, who doesn't want to work with Wes? So 3 years, you can't get away. And then we have also a partial term. So we will be electing a total of 4 members to the artistic committee today. So sorry.
Okay, I'll just read my bio. Thank you, everybody. So I'm a 4-year volunteer for OTP. I've directed and starred on main stage as well as worked with Young Company. I'm passionate about theater, specifically community theater, and I love to see people on stage. During my day job, I'm volunteer coordinator for Chairland Humane Society. I have a passion for working with both people and animals. My favorite musical is Wicked. My favorite straight play is Mr. Burns. But the meat of it is, past 4 years, I have watched Artistic Committee help choose wonderful shows and support the amazing teams that work on them. Every year at the Playhouse, I ask myself one question, which is how can I be more involved? The opportunity to shape the next few seasons and offer a diverse voice at the table would be a wonderful opportunity for me to do that. My degree is in theater, so I've done a fair amount of reading and writing on plays with more than that. I'm passionate about community and connection. How can we showcase the talent we have? How can we expose our community to new ideas? And how can we create memorable moments of connection on stage and off? The Playhouse is my artistic home, and as a member of Artistic Committee, my aim would be to not only give back to that home, but open the door even wider. I'm a firm believer that everyone should do community theater at least once, and accessibility, communication, and mentorship are the ways to ensure that that happens. In that way, the Artistic Committee is vital to everything OTP does, and I would love to contribute my skills and passion to it. Thank you for your consideration.
Pauline Hill Rakutis, am I saying that right? Yeah. Okay. Come on, Pauline.
All right, my bio. My life, my love, and support of the arts, combined with extensive experience both on stage and behind the scenes, make me eager to serve on the artistic committee. Theater and music have been woven into my life from an early age. My background includes years of involvement in theater, band, orchestra, and immersed in the collaborative and creative process that makes live performance so meaningful. These experiences gave me an appreciation not only for artistic expression, but also for the discipline, teamwork, and dedication required to bring quality productions to life. For the past 15 years, I have been deeply involved with Old Town Playhouse, contributing to more than 30 productions in a variety of capacities, actually everything but sound. And most recently, directing John's Got Love Murder. And coming up next, Dracula, Comedy of Terrors, audition song. This involvement has allowed me to experience theater from multiple perspectives and develop a strong understanding of what contributes to successful, engaging productions, both artistically and operationally. I am committed to supporting quality theater that challenges, entertains, and connects with audiences. Equally important, I bring a practical understanding of business, audience engagement, and what drives attendance and community support. Strong artistic vision and sound organizational decision-making are not mutually exclusive. In fact, the most successful theaters balance both. I would welcome the opportunity to contribute my experience, perspective, and dedication to the Artistic Committee and help shape seasons and productions that are artistically rewarding, financially responsible, and meaningful to our community.
Next up, we have Megan Penny. Now, I don't believe she's able to make it, so Katie will be reading her bio on Megan's behalf.
Hello, everyone. So, Megan Penny, in case you don't know who she is, that's who Megan Penny is. So while I'm reading her bio, don't look at me, look at Megan. Her words, okay? Megan, not me. That's Megan. I will not do Megan that injustice, disservice, disservice. Megan. I I have been a part of the OTP community since I moved to Traverse City in 2012. First as an active audience member, then in my first OTP show, Steel Magnolias, in 2014. Since then, I have continued to actively participate in a variety of roles at OTP: onstage, producer, concessions volunteer, and audience member as often as possible. And am passionate about bringing quality productions to the Traverse City area and about the arts in general. When I'm not at the theater, I can be found planning weddings and events at Fox and Friends events, running on the Tart Trail, or enjoying all that Traverse City has to offer with my two sons, who also love being audience members at OTP. I believe that I would be an asset to the artistic committee in all of the different areas the committee provides support for. Community. I am passionate about elevating the OTP brand and strive to provide a safe space for volunteers to be able to trust. I'm also excited about planning volunteer events with my background of event planning, my experience as a producer in the past, and as a small business owner. My experience as a producer in the past and as a small business owner leads to a strong understanding of community building and brand building. Production cycle. I enjoy attending productions and am able to provide helpful and honest feedback about what is working and what may need some potential adjustments in all aspects of theater. I also believe educating the audience is an important piece about demonstrating the importance of the arts and the hard work that our volunteers put into each production and part of the theatrical experience. Forward thinking. Script reading / feedback about future production calendars is something that I excel at, not only because of my love of theater, but because of my ability to discern quality and exciting productions, as well as understanding what would work best for our community, volunteers, and budgets. I also find that I'm a strong resource for what is needed in a director / production team and would be an asset to the panel. Thank you.
All right, next we have Delaney Leach.
Hello, I'm from Traverse City. After attending the University of Michigan to study film and creative writing, I moved back to the area. For the past 4 years, I've been involved with the Old Town Playhouse, and I've worked on several production teams and most recently made my acting debut with OTP in Paint Night. In middle and high school, when relatives were working on shows, I begged to peek in on rehearsals and see how everything worked. Since returning to the area, it has been so joyful and enriching to my life to be involved with the Playhouse. It's wonderful to see the OTP grow in these past few seasons, and I would love to help be part of future growth as well as foster the wonderful community already doing wonderful work here. Thank you.
Okay, hi, I'm Joelle, for those of you that don't know me. And I just need to step up here for 1 second, because I realized today, and I'm really embarrassed about this, and I hope I'm going to win the prize, but I'm embarrassed, I have no OTP swag. I do, however, have this. So I hope that counts. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Joelle. So nice to see everybody, and I'm just going to start by saying already, with the depth of talent and the heart in this room, you're not going to make a bad choice, right? So with that, I have older eyes, so I didn't want to read it on my phone. We moved to Traverse City in 2012. Noah and Micah were my youngest two boys, and honestly, it could have been disastrous. Some of you probably have heard this story before, but they found the Old Town Playhouse, and it made all the difference. Noah had already been doing theater downstate, and it was just natural for him to search out other opportunities. Micah, on the other hand, was in 8th grade, and he was playing sports. I know, don't cringe. That first year, Noah was cast in Legally Blonde as Aaron Schultz. and he was hooked. Micah was watching his big brother and starting to get curious. And that fall, they both auditioned for Les Mis, and after Mom telling them over and over and over again, don't get your hopes up, we're in a new town, we're new here, they both got cast. And this mama's heart is truly thankful because it changed the trajectory of their lives. Later I found out that Jeanette, is she here? Later I had found out that Jeanette had said if she had known that they were both in high school, she would have cast them as urchins. And I'm so thankful that that didn't happen, although I'm sure it still would have been a beautiful experience. But truly, the Old Town Playhouse changed everything for them. Living in a new land, new schools, no friends yet, no family, it gave them a place to land, a sense of belonging, and a path forward. There was no stopping them after that. They both went on to pursue theater and the arts in their higher education, and Micah is still performing. He's worked in Chicago and off-Broadway, and in my mind, that counts. So this place, it's been a part of our family story in a really meaningful way. Professionally, I work for Traverse City Tourism, and I came straight from work. Love it or hate it, it keeps money in my checking account and allows me to do other things that I love. I'm also a daughter to a pretty incredibly, still slightly feisty mom who turns 85 years old this year, and she's living with Alzheimer's at the Pavilions. The reason I tell you that is because of all of that, I'm really intentional with my time. I choose the shows I audition for based on when I can truly show up, when I can give my best self, and lately, that's meant stepping back from the stage for a while, and I miss it. I miss being a part of it in that way. Age. But stepping back hasn't meant stepping away from the arts, not even close, actually. I found new ways to stay connected that feel just as meaningful. I've been learning to play the cello, slowly, humbly, and with a lot of joy. I still play piano and I teach lessons to littles, which is actually my favorite thing. There's something about watching a child discover music or a note for the first time that just brings me so much joy and reminds me of why art matters. Serving on the artistic committee feels like a really meaningful way for me to stay connected, to stay in the game, and contribute in a different capacity. And honestly, I believe that if you want to see something continue to grow or evolve, you have to be willing to step forward and be a part of it. I think I'd be a strong addition to the committee because I bring a collaborative mindset and genuinely enjoy working through ideas with others. I value thoughtful planning, stories that resonate, expand perspectives, and connect with both audiences and performers. I understand this community and what makes OTP so special. I've worked on the stage, behind the scenes, and in the box office for a really long time, just so that I wouldn't miss any of my boys' productions. I've also house managed and taught young company. And I'm organized, reliable, and solutions-oriented, which helps keep things moving forward in what I think is a very productive way. At the end of the day, I'm just really invested in Old Town Playhouse and seeing it continue in its path forward. And I'd be honored to serve on the committee in that way. Thank you.
Kelly Rose.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly. I have been involved at the Playhouse here since 2015, but unfortunately, immediately after joining, I had to take a very long hiatus due to work and school, and I just couldn't find the time to do anything with the Playhouse again. But I got the opportunity in 2023. My circumstance changed, and I immediately was back here at Carl Fishburne's urging. Getting back on stage, and y'all have been stuck with me ever since. Quick little background into my villain origin story. My parents introduced me to musicals when I was 6, they put me on stage, and then when I was 9, they found an opportunity in our community theater for me to join, and I grew up in the community theater down Players downstate, briefly with my high school, but mostly rooted firmly in community theater. During the time that I've been here, I've had the opportunity over the last few years to contribute in many different ways, both on and off stage. I've done hair and makeup, I've helped with costumes, mostly the changing, no one wants me making things you're gonna wear out anywhere. I've done some ushering, I've done concessions, I learned how to help with tracks this year for sound, though Jules was a rock star and didn't need me, but I was still sitting up there anyways, watching Matilda every night. And I've done some assistant stage managing as well, and of course I've been on stage as an actor. And those experiences have me the opportunity to do everything. It's really given me an appreciation for every person who contributes to what we do here. Professionally, when I'm not here, I worked for the last 8 years. I'm an assistant behavioral analyst. I work with kids who have autism. I oversee caseloads. I have to communicate effectively all day long with the staff who work below me, with my kiddos doing the hard work, my case managers, my bosses, parents, all that fun stuff. And I also have a background as a volunteer coordinator for a domestic violence shelter as well, back in the early days of my career when I was still pursuing social work. Community theater itself is something that I strongly believe in. It serves as a bridge between the arts and the community. We give people an opportunity to experience live theater without the cost of a professional production. I think here at OTP we offer something that's especially unique, a chance for our community to see exciting and often recently released, newly available shows like when we've done to Egypt, Waitress, Mamma Mia, things that are just coming out national tours that maybe people couldn't afford to do, now to go see, now they have an opportunity to see it here with us. And they're seeing a really strong quality performance because of just the high level of talent that we bring in our cast and our crews. Because of that, I am passionate about the Playhouse's continued success and would love the opportunity to play a larger role in helping to ensure that it continues to provide high quality and memorable experiences to our audiences. Over the last 3 years, the Playhouse has definitely, for me, become a second home. It was originally a place that I returned to during a really difficult period in my life, but it quickly became a place that I stayed because being involved was its own bright spot in my life, regardless of what was going on. This is the one place where I don't feel I have to mask my personality, and that includes my own home, because this is the one place where I truly feel like I, as a human, am accepted. And that's ultimately why I have an interest in the artistic committee. I want to help ensure that this culture and this legacy continues for our current members and for those who want to join us in the future. I want everyone involved in a place that they feel proud of, a place that they're excited to share with their community, and a place where they can grow, create, and just belong. And I want our audiences to continue experiencing not only great productions, but also the passion, dedication, and heart that our cast and crews are bringing to every single show. And if you're still wondering about my level of dedication, last year I broke my shoulder in the back hallway, and 3 days later I was here auditioning for something else. So I'm not saying that is a good volunteer retention strategy, but I think it does speak to how I'm genuine about my passion. Thanks, guys.
Hello everyone, how are we tonight? Okay, awesome. For those of you who might not know me, I'm Cameron Stefanski. I moved to Traverse City in the late months of 2022, so I'm quite a newbie. But I often tell folks, either professionally at work or around in Traverse City, that I have a friend group and a home because of Old Town Playhouse. I would not have been able to make the move, and especially as a single person who lives by themselves. So thank you to everyone who's made that a special place for me. Theater has been a cornerstone of my life since I was 5 years old. As a performer, choreographer, director, administrator, but especially here at Old Town Playhouse, you might have seen me on stage a few times, but I really adore being out in the audience, helping our cast and crew make beautiful magic on stage, whether it's a choreographer, assistant director, or director. I hold a degree in arts administration, and my career spanned touring internationally with Young Americans, as well as serving as development director of Frenchwood Festival for Performing Arts in New York, and building a communications practice rooted in storytelling and community engagement. I work at Central United Methodist Church and often see all walks of life in our community every day. Today, that work also is starting to extend into fundraising and producing on Broadway, which is something I'm really excited about, and bringing professional level performing arts opportunities to Northern Michigan if I were to be elected on the artistic committee. I share this because I believe the AC benefits from members who understand the full ecosystem of what makes a season resonate here at Old Town Playhouse. Not just what happens on stage, but the community building, audience education, and strategic thinking that surround it. Old Town Playhouse is a place that I care about deeply. I've been on its stage, in its audiences, and in its creative conversations. I'm passionate about helping shape work that entertains, challenges, and reflects our community. And I would bring a collaborative spirit, a well-rounded perspective, and a genuine commitment to stewarding OTP's artistic growth. Thank you so much.
Last but not least, we have Fred Shapansky.
I don't know if you noticed, there's only 2 men running for this, and they're Polish brothers. I think Cam was really a Shapansky, and he was embarrassed about the C's. So anyway, my name is Fred Shapansky, and I'm a resident of Traverse City. Requested to be considered for a position on the Old Town Playhouse Artistic Committee. I was actively involved with the Playhouse in the 1990s when I moved up here. Did many shows, directed, played piano for all the nonsenses and all the greases and the early 2000s in numerous positions. Because of my job at St. Francis Church, I had to pull back and only do summer shows up in Northmore. During that time, I was a member of the Artistic Committee back in 1995. And this past year, I was invited to once again join the committee to fill a position which was being vacated by a previous member who was relocating. I have so enjoyed this last year and the opportunity to be an active member of the committee, and I would love to be able to continue my involvement and participation in reviewing and selecting future plays and musicals. The opportunity to play the man in the chair for the Drowsy Chaperone this spring fills me with the love and excitement of the theater. I feel that with my past theater experience as well as my 50-year career as a church music director, I have much to offer the Artistic Committee. And I thank you in advance for giving me the opportunity to be considered for this esteemed position. Respectfully.
Now, at this time, we have to open the floor to see if there are any nominations from the floor. Otherwise, we'll close the nominations for the Artistic Committee. Going once, going twice. Okay, it's closed. So keep those in mind. We will now move to the Board of Trustee candidate, and then you'll vote all at one time. So let's move to that. The Board of Trustees is the governing body here at the Playhouse. As I mentioned before, we do have fiduciary duties to the Playhouse when we serve in this role, and so it's really important that we put the organization first, and that we put what's best for the organization instead of our personal preferences. And we also are responsible as a board for the strategic direction and guidance that our staff members and fabulous executive director, the support that they might need, we provide, and we help to provide our own talents and skills and needs where the Playhouse might have, right? Like if we do have a legal need, or if we do have, not illegal, if we have a legal need, or human resources, or marketing, or I mean, we have such a wide variety of needs and people who possess those talents on the board. That's what we look for here. And so today we again appreciate Allison for volunteering to come forward and to ask you for your vote. And then again after Allison we will open the nominations from the floor as well. So Allison Goldsmith, welcome to the stage.
Wow, the competition is stiff. You guys are making it easy on me. Hi, everybody. So my name is Allison Goldsmith, if you haven't met me before. I'm running for the open seat, unless there's two, for the Board of Trustees. And so a little bit about me. So since 2023, Old Town Playhouse has been my home away from home. It has brought me immense joy through the talented and compassionate people involved in our community, which would be all of you. You may know me from my roles on stage in Beauty and the Beast, or backstage as a lighting board operator and the lighting co-designer for Waitress and Rocky Horror Picture Show. The ongoing success and longevity of OTP is incredibly important to me. I love all of you, I love this place, and I want to do everything in my power to keep it successful moving into the future. And so to support our future, I want to expand my volunteerism by collaborating with the board on financial, strategic, and policy governance. My background is not in business or law or marketing, but I do bring 13 years of experience as a practicing physician and lifelong student. So this professional background has instilled in me key attributes that will directly asset the board. I have rigorous preparedness, a sharp attention to detail, efficient task execution, and trustworthy teamwork. And above all, I offer a deep willingness to learn and a profound love for this wonderful theater community. So I would be honored to earn your vote, unless you want to vote for somebody else. Thank you.
Now, at this time, I open the floor for any nominations for the Board of Trustees. Otherwise, we will close the nominations and begin the vote. So going once, going twice, and the nominations are closed. So you all should have received a ballot when you came in as well. So at this point, you can get your ballot out, and remember, you'll see under the artistic committee side, you can pick 3. So there are 4 openings, but one is a partial term that's filling one, so we will pick 3 and the top 4 vote getters will get those spots. So make sure you do that, and then obviously you vote for not more than 1 on the Board of Trustees side. And that's fine, it's because it's a membership elected position, just to make sure. That's why there's 1 now, because Peg has turned off. So thank you, Peg, and enjoy voting. We'll get back. We'll have collection, or who's going to collect? Okay, Jim and Teresa are going to be collecting, so get at it, and I'll check back here in a couple minutes. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Do we have anyone who is still voting? If you are still voting, will you raise your hand? We're not pressuring you, you have all the time. But if no one is still voting, then we will close the voting. I forget, do we have to have no motion to close voting right now? Okay, so if everyone, okay, good deal. So if we're all done, you are released to go count the ballots. And now, she said not to introduce her, but I'm going to anyways. Now, our fearless executive director, Will, she's already taking the stage, or on the stage, but she will share with us her year in review. So welcome, Deb Jackson!
So it's really our year, and it has been an incredible year. We started out exuberant and tried to pack as much as we could into this because this is our 65th anniversary. And yes, and I think that we maybe left organizationally a little exhausted, but had a great ride along the way. This season, we had more shows than we've ever had in one season. We did many sold-out shows. We did special events. We did shows out in the community, at the Yacht Club and the Milliken, at the Indigo Hotel. ATP did a show right soon after the brand new senior center opened up, so we were out there in the community. We tried out new formats at the dinner theater at the Yacht Club. Hi, Tanner. Oh, hi. Okay, so it was an incredible anniversary season, and we really pulled out all the stops, and it was wonderful on many levels. So, how many tickets do you think we sold this season? 20, almost 20,000 tickets. And that was across 123 different individual performances from 25 different shows. That required 1,600 individual volunteer spots to pull all that off, and about 600 volunteers filled all those spots and did that work. With the help of grants from the community, we remodeled the Schmuckle Theater and got that open in time that we could launch a full studio season in Schmuckle again, which was fantastic. We did improvements to light and sound, and we also got what the staff affectionately calls the Big Daddy copier in the office, which we now can print our own programs, so we aren't going to run out of programs, and we'll save money by doing that, and that was from the Cosgrove Foundation, gave us that grant. Under Wes's creative guidance, we tried something new with fundraisers. And those are the things that we did out in the Indigo Hotel, and we had the dinner, mystery dinner event, we had the cabaret, and we had the dueling pianos. And the objective of those was, gala is one thing, it's a high ticket. The objective was to provide other ways to support the Playhouse at a lower price point. And one of the goals that we had through that was we really pushed for people to become a sustainer, because that continuous knowing what we're going to get every month really helps. So we set a goal of adding 65 new sustainers, and we did accomplish that through the fundraiser. We did a survey near the beginning of the year of our volunteers and also of our patrons, asking about how they felt about the Playhouse currently, our facility, what they wanted to see in the future, and we presented those results to the volunteers first at a volunteer information session, I think middle of February, maybe. And that has really launched the board of directors working on strategy for the next 5 years. And we'll learn a little bit more about that later, but they are deep into the strategy. And what was clear through the surveys and also at the volunteer meeting that we had, we love this place, but one volunteer said, you reach a point where you've done what you can do in a place. And another volunteer said, it's a good problem to have, but you need more space. So that is one of the big strategic things that the board is looking at, is where do we go from here to keep the quality and the momentum going of Old Town Playhouse. We just came off of our gala last week. They're always great, but this one was really fantastic. We set a goal of having continuous entertainment within the theme, and so the theme was under the big top, and from the doors being opened by Toma the Mime, to clowns from Age to Perfection, to the accordion player at the top of the stairs, and then acts all throughout the dinner, and supplementing our own great performers. It was a fantastic evening. Is a ton of work, and I especially want to thank all the actors and volunteers that pulled it off, and also to the patrons that came to the event. I heard someone in the community say, Old Town Playhouse has the best gala in town. Yes, we do. Yeah. Next, I want to give a shout out to our staff. I mean, you are very fortunate as an organization, we are very fortunate to have a passionate, dedicated, hardworking, small team that does all of the nitty-gritty behind the scenes. And we had some transitions this year that we dealt with. So the first one was we had a pinch point with young company growing so much and needing some administrative support, and also the box office, really Jim, with running it solo, and he would always say, what happens if I go down? What happens if I go down? So we created a position which supports both of those, young company and the box office, and Teresa Hurt filled that position beautifully. Gary Bolden retired at the beginning of the year, or end of last year, and Tanner Presswood has filled that position. We love the energy and the tech savvy that he has brought. I just want to say, all the photos that you were enjoying before the meeting officially started, that was all the hard work of Tanner putting that together for our gala show. And then Katie decides to go to pursue bigger goals. And after we swallowed and thought, what we're going to do, we found Sally Smartsty, who has been on our stage and also comes with a wealth of knowledge in the business realm. I think she'll probably teach us how to use QuickBooks. I don't know. But the two, Sally and Katie, have been working together to make a seamless transition. We're very excited that Sally's on board. And we truly, truly wish Katie all the best as she heads to Barcelona. I'm sure we'll see her again in the future. We are still looking for a part-time custodian to take care of this old building, so if you have leads on who might be interested or want more information, please see Tanner. That position reports to Tanner.
There's benefits.
There's benefits to it. Okay, Age to Perfection. I just want to make a couple of comments on that. So, the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Now, please take this kindly. You, in fact, can, because Age to Perfection really rose to the occasion this year and are trying new things and doing new things. So they are now rotating the leadership of the Saturday meetings and trying new things there. They started charging a ticket price this year, which had always been a frugal donation. And if someone puts a little skin in the game, it's only a $10 ticket, then they're more likely to show up. So I think that that's been a good thing for Age of Perfection. As I said, they performed at the Senior Center and are looking for other opportunities to perform out in the community. So we have a couple people that are moving off of the steering committee for Age Perfection. Kathy Lewis and Margaret Ann are moving off, and Lori is moving on to the steering committee, and we really look for more good things to come with Age Perfection. Young Company, where do you even begin to speak about the season that Young Company has had? Once again, record-breaking season. So our enrollment increased 20% this season. We now have 600 students, and 122 of them were new to OTP this year. Melissa, no one can be more creative than Melissa. She has added programs behind the curtain, which is a class that expands the tech opportunities for youth. For Hadestown, which is one of the summer programs, when you came in, you heard music coming from Schmuckel. That is our first time ever youth orchestra pit. So has grown so much with their ticket sales for their shows and also tuition that they are now almost a third of our revenue here at the Playhouse. And the only thing that is restricting continued growth of Young Company is space constraints, as we very carefully try not to step on each other or try to have transitions in the building. If you try to sneak in the back doors, that's why you saw the sign that said, do not enter here, because there was a rehearsal in multi-purpose, and we shooed you upstairs here because there was a rehearsal in Schmuckel. So we're very, very proud of Young Company, and thank you, Melissa. Okay, so just a real quick financial overview. I'm not sure if you read everything on this slide, but the full P&L Julie now was available to you, and if anyone wants more detail and wants to talk numbers, no one loves to talk numbers more than Peg, and she would love to talk to you about that. But we have had a really good year. Our income was higher. Our expenses were relatively in line. And one thing I need to note about expenses is that there was about $50,000 of those sound and renovation upgrades that the money from grants fell into the previous year, so the income was the previous year, and the expenses hit us in this year. So if you're really trying to compare apples to apples, that money was received in the previous year that covered all of those upgrades. If you look at our net without depreciation, we had a net profit of $82,000 this year. That's an incredible season. So now I want to give a shout out looking ahead. I know we have some, if not all, of our directors for the next season. If you are directing a show next season, please stand up because we know it's hard work and it's very hard work. And I want to give a shout out to our artistic committee because we had a few openings. We didn't have a director apply for a show, and our artistic committee stepped up and filled those slots. So it's really teamwork again at the Playhouse. I don't have the ATP fall show listed on here because we haven't gotten the rights to it yet. Wes is working on that, but Margaret Ann will be directing that show in the fall. So I know you can't read all of these names, but I just, there will be an email and these will be on our website. There's a lot of businesses in town that support the Playhouse financially through sponsorships, through in-kind donations, and please support them out in the community because they really help us along. So as Lindsay mentioned, and I also alluded to, the board is rolling up their sleeves and really digging into the strategy work. What does Old Town Playhouse look like in 5 years? And this is a kind of a synopsis slide of what they've been talking about, really honoring where we've been and what we do, envisioning what we're going to be in the future, and then unleashing that opportunity for growth. So there'll be a lot more information coming out on this from the board, but it's a very exciting time. It's hard work that the board is doing, but it's very exciting. And as you probably know from what I just said a little bit ago, and also from the surveys, our big constraint is space. And so that is one of the things that we're looking at. There are opportunities in the community. About a year ago, I said to the board, we have to stay in the core. We can't go off to Williamsburg. We can't go off to Leelanau. We have to stay in the core. And right now, there happens to be opportunities within the core region. And so it's carpe diem. Now's the time to look at those and see if one of those is right and what that might look like for the Playhouse in the future. If you have questions about that, I'm sure any of the board members would love to talk about that further. It's a very exciting time. Okay, now we get to the fun part of the meeting where we talk about volunteers. And if I could just have all the artistic committee people stand up again because they really do a lot of work during the year. And not to be outdone by our tech chairs, who also do a lot of work on every single show. One of the things that Wes has been working on this year, our SEP team, Kern Jeff, and our props team, Nan and Bernadette, have really shown how a team can work really well, co-chairs within a tech area. So we're starting to implement that in some of the other areas. And we've got some new people joining. So Eric Ranke is now helping out on stage management. And on sound, we have Nick Van Wagner and Carla Fishburne are working on it. So getting more people involved in those leadership positions in an effort to really support our directors, and our actors. Okay, this is a time of the year where we have a tradition of remembering those from our OTP family who have left us. And we have several this year. Ed Steiger just recently passed away, June Neal earlier this year, Mike Kelly and Pauline Tyre. And then our beloved Hedges left us this year. And Hedges also left the Playhouse in his estate, so we will be receiving a very nice gift from Hedges' estate as well. And then a very tough one that just happened a couple, I guess a month or so ago, losing Patrick Cotner, just an incredible young person, left us too soon, and he is sorely missed. I know you will as an OTP family, but I will tell you from personal experience that when everybody was back to their normal lives, that family still needs support. So please check in on Mindy. Please be there for her through this time. Okay, so do I need a helper? Okay,
What's the last thing you do?
So we have two volunteer awards that are nominated by you. They're nominated by their peers. And the first one is the Pat Grace Award. And this goes to someone who we kind of say is the unsung hero, who quietly and without drama go above and beyond for OTP. I don't know what's happening there. Okay. So our Pat Grace Award for this season goes to Barb Wenslock. What do you need done? And I think she would do anything that we asked her to do. And Wes really wanted a popcorn machine. And one day he found a popcorn machine out next to a dumpster that a business was giving away. And Barb cleaned that popcorn machine. I think she used chemicals and dental tools. She got that popcorn machine. So a couple of the comments that came in on the nomination about Barb. Barb is a ray of light every time she arrives at OTP. Barb comes in every week full of cheer and willingness to help. She tackles the dirty jobs like the popcorn maker, the tedious ones, moving all the scripts. And she always has a smile and a can-do attitude. And she was in today helping us do our season mailing. So we really, really appreciate that. Our next award is Volunteer of the Year, and this goes to someone who has just really been overly involved in a good way at the Playhouse and served in many different capacities. And this year's Volunteer of the Award is Caitlin Wilson. Shows up where needed. When she is not volunteering somewhere on stage or backstage at OTP, she is working in the bar in the schmuckle. Caitlin also serves on the artistic committee. Caitlin seems to always be at the Playhouse and is always willing to help. She has assistant director for The Hobbit and was instrumental in making Misery come together. She's great. She has great creative ideas and approaches to everything from a lens of making the Playhouse the best it can be. She is incredibly well-rounded, creative, and has passion for her arts that doesn't go unnoticed. And now I'm going to turn it over to Don Kuhlhorn. Our other awards are the Hall of Fame Awards, and those are selected by people who are already Hall of Famers. So Don will go through that criteria and handle those awards.
Thanks. Thanks, Deb. Hello, everybody. I'm Don Kuhlhorn, and here to introduce our inductees into the Hall of Fame. If you don't know, the criteria for the membership of the Hall of Fame is roughly minimum 10 years of volunteering at the Old Town Playhouse, with at least working on 2 shows every season, and must have been on a committee over on a board back in the day. Most of the people that we have in the Hall of Fame started here in the 1900s. So, we found that inducting one honoree a year would not honor the volunteers who have played a great part in making this theater what it is today. So we have decided to induct several every year until we catch up. This year, we honored 2 members posthumously. Ellie for her contributions as director, actor, and committee member. Is an honorary member because he's never served on a committee, but he has his contributions of volunteering, directing, and many of us will know his poetry and card writing. Now to our current inductees, I welcome Wizard to the stage. My bad. Of course you did. Peg Brace, we've heard her name a lot. And then we'll have you. I'll be back.
So I'm one of the inductees that was here in the 1990s, early 90s. The person that I'm going to speak about is, as I give these statistics, you will probably be able to guess. But when I interviewed this person, they gave statistics, which was right up my alley. So this person has directed 1 show. They became active here in 2011. So they've been here 15 years or so. They performed in 7 different shows. They were on the artistic committee. They are currently one of our production tech chairs, and they have they've been deeply committed to specifically to our Playhouse. When they came here, they came from a large organization and came to our smaller group, and they have actually just made this their home. So I'm going to give this statistic, you'll probably be able to guess who it is. They have designed and built at least 75 sets. So I'm proud to introduce and induct Kurt Anderson.
So with no further ado,
Very cool.
Jenny Dunn Hunting. Talk about OTP. Whoa.
Yeah, I work the good stuff. Okay, I am introducing Senator Conlon. Thank you very much. Senator has been a member of OTP since she ran the spotlight for Joseph's amazing color Technicolor Dreamcoat in March of 1985. Since then, Senator has done nearly every job that anyone should do except costumes. Some of her favorite show experiences have been designing lights for Little Shop of Horrors, Camelot, Jesus Christ Superstar, Rocky Horror Show, and Rent. Directing Pizzazz, The Guys, Rabbit Hole in the Studio, and acting in Rosenstrasse, an original script by former Traverse City playwright Terry Lawrence. Senator was also on the executive committee, now the board of trustees, for 3 terms, serving as president for 2 years, and served 1 term on the artistic committee. Now she's looking forward to retirement, and guess where she wants to spend her time?
Now Larry Haynes.
I'm going to give you a heads up before I start. You know your theater, and you pay attention, it just might give you some clues as to productions this person's been involved in. I'm honored to present our next inductee to the Old Town Playhouse Hall of Fame. This individual's been a figure around the Playhouse for well over 40 years, and has been involved in one capacity or another with probably double that amount of productions. Leading roles, supporting roles, served as director, producer, was on the artistic board, was the board of directors, designed sets, helped build them, helped OTP with Cherry Festival floats, ran spotlights, was a general volunteer, performed at many OTP galas. Oh, and stage manager. Speaking of, this person was always on top of things, especially one night as a stage manager. Concerned that there were still people not back in their seats after intermission. We all recall how backed up it was trying to use the restrooms, especially the ladies, right? This individual rushed down to the ladies' restroom, pushed open the door and declared, "We need everyone in their seat now." Almost immediately came the defiant reply, "Well, I am." This is the kind of person who comes around every 100 years, who it would be a lonely room without. Rumor has it the directors have told this person, "I'm nothing without you." I'm sure that this person would tell you, "It couldn't please me more to tell you who am I." I have 525,600 more things I could say, but I'm out of time. If you still are trying to grasp who this is, grasp hold of his great handlebar mustache. This inductee is not a greenhorn when it comes to theater experience. Yes, as the 6 Marion Burgesses of Cook County Jail would say about this award, he had it coming. Ryan Duncan.
Last but not least, we were doing this in alphabetical order, and then Worthington.
Efron join us here. I was standing back there and I said, I don't even remember when I met Terry. It seems like she's always been here. She said her first show here was 1984 when she did Cloud 9. She did several shows, many shows, and then she took off for her worldwide adventures and came back. She has been a member of the artistic committee, the volunteer committee. She has acted, directed, built, painted. She said she thinks she's done everything but sound. And her quote is to her, "The Playhouse is a place of safety and creativity where she has found her chosen family." So if you could give accolades to our family members.
Of course, we all know that we are all Hall of Famers, and we all wish that we could support and will support the Old Town Playhouse from now until whenever. And now back to your regular programming. Deb?
All right. Wow, that's a tough act to follow. But we now have the results of the voting. Sorry, stop. Okay. In no particular order, I'm going to read the first top three vote getters for the artistic committee in no order. Those three will be serving the full 3-year terms, and then we'll read the fourth one who will be filling the midterm, 1 year. So the top three are, in no particular order, Aria Davis, Pauline Hill-Rakunas, and Cameron Stefanski. And Fred Stefanski will be filling in I'm standing like this. This can't move. And I know we all are guessing who's going to be elected to the Board of Trustees. Who's it going to be? And it's going to be Allison Goldberg! And now we have a motion to destroy. I do need a motion now to destroy the ballots. Looks like we have Pauline. And the second? Okay, are you keeping track? We got a second. So all those in favor of destroying the ballots, raise your hands. Anyone opposed to destruction? Unanimous.
Thank you, Lindsay. So we're wrapping up now. Hopefully everybody got their coupon for ice cream. Oh, you will get your coupon for ice cream on the way out. So we have some door prizes. So we have a gala t-shirt to 411749. 749. Must be present to win. All right. No, not me, sorry. Not you. 411749. Anyone? Going once, going twice? Okay, now we're gonna try 760. Yes! And I think we have another gala t-shirt. Okay. And that goes to 770. 770. And now we have some downtown bucks that the Board of Trustees purchased or funded for us for gala, and we ended up not needing all of them. So we're going to give them out tonight. So 758.
Oh, just stay here.
How about 773? Well, the board's kind of cleaning up tonight. 744. Dang! And 763. Karen, right here.
No, that's the ticket in between the two tickets.
Sure.
A little bit.
Keep on going. Okay, 776. The last downtown bucks is 768. Leanne Worthington. And then the last two items that we have are ticket vouchers to Honky Tonk Laundry, which is our special performance that we're doing at the Milliken this fall, kind of like we did Prince of Egypt last year. So it's a little bit higher ticket price to cover the cost of the Milliken. So we have two different vouchers for that. 791. And the last one is 748. So congratulations everybody, enjoy those things. We'd love to put Jim's picture up here. Now, if you saw downstairs, Jim got booted out of the box office, which now is the Young Company space.
Not my fault.
But we are creating a new box office for Jim. But he loves to talk to all of you, and if you are not getting our newsletters, and you should be getting our newsletters, you can check your preferences, you can check your spam, and you can always give Jim a call and see what might be happening there. Thanks to Jen and the marketing, we do really great newsletters. We get compliments on them all the time.
There'll be a link to all the gala photos in tomorrow's newsletters.
Okay. So hopefully you are getting our newsletters. And then we also have our volunteer Facebook page, and that is a private group, so anyone can post on that page if you are signed up for that page. So please participate in that as well. Okay, I think, Paul, are we doing questions?
If anybody has any questions, now we bring it back. Any questions from the audience? Where's the questions?
Oh, there we go. Okay, well, I think the only question, Paul, is how do they get their ice cream ticket? And that's from Wes at the door.
That's from Wes at the door. Wes with the ice cream tickets. So as you exit, see Wes, get your ice cream. Is the truck outside? Oh wait, one more.
Oh, yes, logo shirt. While they're taking a photo, please give the coupon to the wonderful ice cream person so that we can pay them appropriately. Thank you. Megan.
So before you run out for ice cream, if you wore an OTP shirt of any kind, please come up here for a quick picture. There's a trendy term called placemaking that you might hear about from government boards and whatever. And my next Record Eagle article is going to be about the placemaking here at OTP. So we'd love a picture.
So come on down. Thanks everybody for coming tonight. It's been an honor to serve, and we'll see you at the next show. Good night, everybody.